Keir Starmer sort of jumped on the immigration bandwagon, but really going for the centre ground on this one. I mean, it's clearly trying to pull over Tory voters who are disillusioned.
Absolutely. At Prime Minister's Questions this week, Sir Keir Starmer used all 6 questions, and the Leader of the Opposition traditionally gets 6 questions to ask the Prime Minister. All 6 of them were on the issue of migration and how it was being handled. And particularly what the Labour Party is attempting to do is ask the question, well, if you admit this is a broken system, as the Home Secretary does, who broke it? And at what point were things running well? Because, of course, in one form or other, the Conservatives have been in power since 2010. Now, off the other side, the Conservatives will say, well, of course, from 2010 to 2015, it wasn't a Conservative government, it was a coalition government. And we know that the Liberal Democrats are the most liberal on the issue of migration. And so compromises were made there. And, of course, from 2017 to 2019, the Conservatives didn't have a majority at all. So really, if we're looking across the whole period, perhaps the Conservative Party hasn't been in power as much as 12 years. But really, when you're looking at the question of asylum, the problem is that for the last 3 years, the Conservatives have had a decent majority in Parliament, and things haven't got better. In fact, the issue has got worse. Now, there are outside factors with regard to this. There are countries whereby more people are coming than ever before. There's pressure on the system, but it's how resilient the system is to that pressure that is the problem.
What's this business, then, about the Bill of Rights and sort of seizing back the power so that we don't have to do everything according to the European Court of Human Rights?
So this is an initiative by Dominic Raab that was actually put on the back burner by Liz Truss. It was announced when Dominic Raab was the Justice Secretary, a way to sort of overrule or reassert British supremacy when it comes to these issues. Now, there are lots of lawyers who argue different things on the legality of this as to whether or not the UK Supreme Court would really be supreme in all of these decisions. But that's certainly the intention of this piece of legislation. And it would reassert that British primacy, laying out where decisions can be made. Now, that's being brought back. Dominic Raab, of course, is once again Justice Secretary, and this bill will be being brought back. The real devil will be in the detail, though, the particulars of this and how exactly it's supposed to work, because let's remember, we are still a signatory to the European Convention on Human Rights, and whilst this bill says that we'll make our own Supreme Court supreme, it doesn't say we'll withdraw from that convention. So there's a bit of tension there and a lot of detail to work through.
Okay.